Good evening. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. I'm Susan, your intuitive coach. Wanted to come on here tonight and just talk a little bit about habits, distractions, and drifting, as I call it. But in the first instance, that just remind you, hopefully a few of you will pop on today. If not, if you're watching on hashtag replay, then just do hashtag replay. Any comments that you have or any questions you'd like to be asked, as always, message me or just put messages in the comments below. Firstly, I wanted to just give you a couple of announcements. One is that I will be holding an introduction to mindfulness meditation over Zoom or StreamYard on the 25th of June at 10 a.m. in the morning. And it will be great if you could join me, or you wanted to. There's links on all of my platforms. So, if you just wanted to simply find a little bit more about mindfulness for well-being and how that could help you in your life, perhaps use it to increase your awareness of your surroundings, or reduce stress, or just develop a better concentration, or just find out purely what mindfulness is and meditation and how it can possibly help you as you move through life. So obviously pop on the platforms and have a look at that. And then on the 30th of June at 8 p.m, we have Christine White from Habit Breakers coming on, and she's going to talk about habits and how we can break them and how we form them and lots more. So please put that in your diary, the 30th of June. So I hope that we are all well. I'm personally going through a bit of a change, a bit of a detox, a bit of an awareness. So tonight I wanted to talk to you about drifting, distractions and habits a little bit, just briefly really. And then I wanted to give you an exercise of awareness and acceptance that might help you engage with those habits, that just keep you drifting along in life. So I was kind of looking at myself a lot lately and decided that it was time for me to get a grip. And I realized that I had been drifting or coasting, as some people would say it, not really facing me, perhaps not getting as involved in some of the things that I wanted to, or even maybe sort of avoiding them, but not realizing I was avoiding them, thinking perhaps the challenge was too big or making an excuse. So I'm saying to you, what excuses are you making? What habits and distractions are around you that are stopping you from getting to where you want to be, whether that's personal or business or spiritual or something else? Sorry, that's the fly. So what tends to happen, we start a project, or we want to do a project, and we intentionally read it from the bottom of our heart, that's what we want. But then what happens, we start to get distractions. We get these distractions, whatever that distraction happens to be, and then we form a habit, and then we keep drifting along. And I'm not necessarily talking about habits like Christine will come on and talk to you on the 30th, but just general habits. And that could be the habit of alcohol, it could be food, it could be cigarettes, it could be people, it could be all different types of situations. So what are the distractions that are getting in the way of you being you, that then form a habit and then allow you just to drift along, coast along? Because every time you go and sit down at night to write your papers or write your web page or read your book or do some personal development or yoga or exercise, whatever that happens to be, and then you go and have a glass of wine, or you go sit down and watch TV, you don't really focus on what you want to focus on. So this is why I call it a habit, because it continues. If it's not one thing, it's another thing, and then you just keep drifting and drifting. And what I say to you is, you need to become aware, and I recently have become aware. That's why I'm currently on a detox, why I'm deeper into my spirituality, why I'm really looking at what I need to put forward and applying myself. And also another thing can be, we can take on too many things, and that can be a distraction for us, which has, in my case, happened to me. So we need to become aware of what those distractions are. And even when you walk in your house at night and you think, oh, which I often have done, and I've kicked that out of the window now, come in the house, pick up a glass of wine, think, oh, I'll have another glass of wine, then you have another glass of wine, and you think this feels good. You think it's a reason because you're rewarding yourself because you've had a good day. You're going out the back door for another cigarette if you smoke. You're distracting yourself with more food. I'll have a snack, and your body doesn't really need that snack. So what we need to do is become aware of what that distraction is, what the habit that is forming, and then be aware of how you're just coasting along, and you think it's okay because it becomes part of mainline mainstream society, that you go to the pub every night, or Friday night when you should be maybe staying home and doing something, or you engage in eating more food, more snacks, and you really don't need it for optimum health. You really need to find balance. So this is what I'm trying to find within my spirituality, within my work, you know, within my personal life, my family life, my physical life, because I did go a little bit astray. Not that anybody would know. So I'm trying to pull myself back together, mentally, physically, spiritually, business wise, and I'm doing a really good job, and I'm really proud of myself. So I have become aware of those distractions. I've become aware of those habits that I have been forming, and then I was just drifting and coasting, making an excuse every day not to focus on something. Well, now I've pulled back, so I've become aware, and I am responding to that drifting along, that habit, if you like. So I'm asking you, what are your habits or distractions that enable you, or to keep drifting along, to stopping you getting the success that you want in whatever field that happens to be? And that could just be in personal development. That could be losing a bit of weight. That could be stop smoking, stop drinking. It could be just more like personal development, if I said. So what is yours? What is it that you want to stop, look at, become aware of it? And at the end of it, I'm going to do a little, the awareness and exercise. So you might want to think about how you're drifting along, and maybe kind of deepen into this and see if you can recognize, even if it's just one area that you're drifting in, and then pull back. And if you think all the successful people in this world have not been drifting in their life, of course they had. It's just that they've been able to pull themselves back, you know, and keep working on themselves over and over again. It is not a 5-minute wonder, a bit like a diet. You can't lose weight by dieting or reducing your intake of calories and then going back to eating, you know, lots of food, because you're just going to pile on the pounds. It's all about that continual work on yourself. And don't get me wrong, I know myself firsthand. Excuse me, some days it is really, really hard, but you have to apply a system that works for you. And I would say to you, the first thing is becoming aware of it and recognizing it. And you have to work consistently. I do believe that there is an infinite intelligence working through all of us that certainly has a plan for us all. And I do believe there's like the devil and the angel, if you like, and the devil's always trying to send us down the wrong path, and the angel's always trying to bring us back to center. So we have to recognize those and really try to deepen into ourselves and find something that works for you. For me, it's certainly my mindfulness, my meditation, it's my spirituality, it's the recognizing, and it's the strength that I have to say no, the resistance to say no, because I want my body without particularly having to have supplements. So I've got to work on me, and you know, and my exercise too. It's the same thing. It's a bit like you can't expect to do 1 rep of a weight and then get definition in your body. It doesn't work that way. We have to keep on and keep on and keep on about that battle. So I guess my question is to you is, what is causing you to drift? And are you in a place where you want to address it? Or are you in a place where you're going to allow yourself to get more and more, I'm going to say depressed, and I do not mean depressed, I mean depressed, where your mood becomes lower and lower and lower and lower because you are not able to conquer this drifting, this habit that is causing you to get to a place where you don't want to be. So I'm asking you to look at that if you want to, and if you need help from me, then you know where I am. But just become aware of it, be accepting of it, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know, we get fearful, you know, but we don't want fear. We want faith. We don't want fear. We want faith, because fear will keep us away from everything that we want to do. And we don't want to do that. We want to march forward. So I'm going to say, are you driven by fear, or are you driven by faith? You want to be driven by faith and conquer the fear. And there's lots of ways to do that. But first, we have to become aware of it. So your number one lesson for this week, if you want to jump on board with me, not on my journey, but your own personal journey, then A, get in touch with me, or B, do the following exercise that I'm going to put up for you, and, you know, try and become aware, or see if you can see, feel, and sense what it is within you that's the root cause of this drifting, because there will be something. Ask yourself, where is it coming from? What was the trigger? What propelled me to do this? And once you know, you can expose it, and then you can work with it. But remember also, I'm not saying this is an easy task, but sometimes there are things in our life, in our environment, which you've heard me speak about before, that actually trigger different types of behavior and moods, and then a physical reaction, and we want to identify those. So look for things also in your environment that have happened, you know, when your journey began on this downward spiral, if you like. And it could have been a death, it could have been a loss, it could have been a breakup, it could have been some words that somebody had said to you that really sort of, you know, got inside of yourself and really wounded you, and then therefore you formed a limiting belief. But we want all those limiting beliefs to leave now. So, drifting along. Are you drifting? So look at the distractions, the habits that are being formed, and how you're drifting along. But I wanted to read this to you. It's not from me, it's from a friend. She put this on her post tonight. I thought it was quite good. So 5 things to give up right now. And one is trying to please everyone else. So that can cause people to drift, focusing on everybody else and not themselves. The second one was fearing change, which we just spoke about. We don't need to fear change. It's only change, and change is growth. Living in the past. We don't want to be in the past. We don't live there. We're going to the future. We're going to the light. Putting yourself down. So watch your self-talk, because this really can affect you mentally and physically. And overthinking things. So I thought that was a good one. We overanalyze things when we don't need to. Things are just what they are. We don't have to get involved in the story of things. We can just let them go. So what are the 5 or 1 or 2 things that you want to change? Let me know in the comments. All right. So I hope that has sort of made you give you a little bit of food for thought here. And I hope that you'll kind of act on that for your own highest good. Because I am, and I will be the change that I want to see. So what I want to do is I'm going to read this exercise to you about awareness and acceptance, and see if you can, you know, kind of pinpoint an area where you're got distractions and formed habits and therefore are drifting. So if you want to just get yourself comfortable, put your feet firmly on the ground, or even lay down if you like, but don't fall asleep. As you sit comfortably, I'd like you to just get in touch with your breath. Get in touch with the in-breath and the out-breath. Close your eyes and become aware of how you feel right now. There's no need to change anything. You're just getting in touch with the breath. Become aware of the rising and the falling of the breath in the chest or in the belly. And then breathe in to your heart center. Breathe out of your heart center. And as you breathe in, open your heart and soften with each breath. Find the pain in your body. Become aware of how it feels and where it is. And as you do, allow your breath to find its own rhythm as it comes in and as it goes out. And relax with each easy breath you take. Be aware of how you feel in your body. Find where the pain is in your body, or the discord. And even if it's not such a pain but an angst, find it in your body and stay with it as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Don't hide from the discord or the discomfort or the pain. Don't try to push it away. Just stay with it. Feel it. Get to know it. Be compassionate with it. Breathe into it and breathe out of it. Feel it. Taste it. Touch it. What is the pain? Where does the pain come from? Allow whatever arises from the pain in thought or a felt sense just to arise. Even if the pain gets worse, just be compassionate and allow it to be there. And be accepting of that pain. Allow it to rise up through the surface and out through the breath. Follow the pain. Breathe into the pain and out from the pain. What thoughts, memories, sights or sounds come up in the mind that are associated with this pain, this discomfort? Don't get involved in it. Just put it to one side, and when you come out of this relaxation, you can work on that. What does this pain want? What is it telling you? Where does it come from? Breathe into it and out of it. And on the out breath, release the pain and the discord. Allow it to soften as your awareness of where this pain has come from and what its message is imparted on you. Question yourself silently in your mind with love and compassion. What does this pain make you do? Or this distraction? Or this habit? How often have you felt the pain? And do you feel this pain in the same place, at the same time, always? How does it affect you? In order to become aware of the distractions that form the habits that keep you drifting along, you must become aware of the pain. Name the pain if need be. Is that a pain from childhood? Is that a mother-daddy pain? What is the pain? Pain is fear, and fear controls us if we allow it to. By naming it, we find out where the pain has come from. We identify it. We breathe it out and we release it. Pain, don't push it away. Follow the pain. Question yourself. Name the pain and identify with it as you allow it to soften with each breath. And just breathing gently in and out as the pain and discord soften, as your awareness to the distraction and the habit which is causing you drifted is now firmly in your grasps. And now when you're ready, take a deep breath and gently come back to full awareness once more. And now if you did manage to recognize or see your distraction and the habit that it's formed that keeps you drifting, then now you can begin to start the work of being aware of it, being accepting of it, and getting to the root cause of it. So let me know how you've got on with that exercise, or if you have any pressing distractions and habits that keep you drifting, stopping you focusing on what you're doing and being the very best that you can do. Private message me. I do help a lot of people. I know not everybody wants to kind of comment on here, and I get that. I do get that. But don't allow those distractions, just like me, to keep you drifting. Take those steps to get off that merry-go-round and march forward to be the better person and achieve all the things you want to go, letting go of the pressure, the resentment, the loneliness, the hurt, the pain, whatever that happens to be. And, look at those distractions, the alcohol, the cigarettes, the food, the people, whatever that happens to be. and become aware of them so that you can remove them and get to that place where the angel wants you to get to, that place of success, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So, my beautiful, lovely people, thank you for listening, and those that are listening on later. And don't forget the mindfulness on the 25th, and we have Christine White, Habit Breakers, and she'll tell us more about this subject on the 30th of June at 8 p.m. So I thank you for listening, and I send you lots of love and lots of light. I love you all.